I'm in the town of Quincy, Washington. I was driving on what looked like Nebraska. Forever it seemed like. Not as long as Nebraska though, but it did look like Nebraska. Just farming and flat. I think I'm gonna start getting to mountains now. There's definitely a lot of stuff that goes on in this place. There are warehouses all over the place. Now there are miles and miles of apple trees, both sides of the road. The apples are all red, ready to be picked. It's getting close to harvest, I'm sure. The terrain here is totally different. And what surprises me? There are no windmills here. These are the things that you see when you don't take the interstates. I have never seen terrain like this, and I've been to a lot of places. So I'm in this little town, Leavenworth, Washington. It's like you're in the mountains in some other country. By looking at this town, I'd swear I was in Europe somewhere. It's like a Bavarian town. Maybe it could be in the Swiss Alps, I don't know. Take a look at some of these buildings. Here you got some guys rock climbing on the building. My friend Bob, who was my original rock climbing partner in 1993, told me about this little town. He said I had to come here and get some bacon. Said it'd be the best bacon I ever ate. Bob, when we were rock climbing partners, he saved my life a lot. I saved his life too. I think it was pretty much even. We were always catching each other's falls. He's a lot younger than me, but he lived in the state of Washington for a while. Moved out here, so I'm glad he gave me the information. It's really a pretty cool town. I'm glad I came into it. I would have never come here if it wasn't for him. I would have stayed on Route 90.
Oh, you got a real doggy treat. She's like, no, I'm not giving him up. He's going to come over.
Hi.
Hello.
So here's a view right out of the town. Here is the place. I'll just go in and see what they have in here. Let's see what they have.
Hello, how are you today?
Good, thanks. How you doing? My friend told me I had to come here and get some bacon.
Oh, about corn bacon?
Yeah. Checking out the parking lot. They got some rules here. Overnight parking restricted to once in 7-day period. I think I'm in good shape. So I look around the parking lot. We have a couple campers. The grill's warming up right now. I'm gonna make some steak. These are the mountains that I woke up to this morning from the parking lot I stayed in last night. This is a really nice place. You can see there's a van over here, and there's a lot of people still here. It's still pretty early in the morning. I got up and I looked out my window of the van while I was making coffee this morning. It's sad. People make me a little bit sick. Because, you know, there's reasons why they don't want people parking in parking lots. One of the reasons that I could figure out, and I've heard a lot of things, where people who go to Walmart and they dump their holding tanks and everything else. But here's a reason right here. How could somebody, after they spent the night for free, leave 2 bags of garbage right on the ground? I ask myself, who does that? It's just not right. It hurts everybody that has an RV. I'm going through this pass on Route 2 out of Leavenworth. This is a different place than I've ever been before because this pass is vegetated down here, but there are rocks and cliffs, and I was told there's some really good world-class rock climbing here. Right up here is a pretty big cliff, and I don't even know, it looks like granite, but it might not be. I'm going to pull over. Here's the piece of rock I was talking about. I'm sure there's a lot of rock climbing on this cliff, and it looks pretty good. We have a little stream coming through the mountains. I think this is some really, really nice driving through here. Surely beats taking the Interstate Route 90. As I've traveled through a lot of states in the United States, I have to say, there are some beautiful places out there. I just can't believe how big it is out west, and I've mentioned this before. It's pretty big out here. I'm getting ready to go through Stevens Pass. This is one of the passes that go through the mountain ranges on the way to Seattle. I see clouds ahead. We went from a perfect sky, perfect, nice day, to being cloudy on the other side of these mountain ranges. Getting close to Seattle, I guess they say it rains there a lot. I just noticed that leaves are starting to change color around here. Now I'm just on the other side of the pass on Route 2 West after leaving Leavenworth. We're way up north. You can see up here, some of the trees are changing color up here. Well, I gotta say this doesn't surprise me in the least. The closer I get to Seattle, the harder it's raining. I guess this is what they mean about it raining in Seattle all the time. Rain yesterday, rain today. I think you know that I'm in Seattle by this right here on the right.